Israelis rage against Bibi's government as 1,000 days since the October 7th attacks reignite nationwide protests. Victims' families demand answers from Netanyahu as anger grows over the handling of the war. Families accuse leaders of evading accountability for the failures surrounding the October 7th attacks. Netanyahu lying about victory? Hostage families reject government claims and demand concrete results. 1,000 days after the October 7th attack, Israelis held nationwide protests and memorial events across the country on July 2nd. Families of victims gathered at Re'im to honor those killed in the Nova Music Festival massacre during commemorative ceremonies. Protesters once again demanded the establishment of a state commission to investigate the failures surrounding the October 7th attack. Critics accused the government of resisting an independent investigation in order to avoid political and institutional accountability. The Israeli government has maintained that a court-appointed commission of inquiry would be politically biased. Esther Buchtab said, and I quote, "We, who lived through the massacre and experience its devastation and loss every single day, will neither forget nor give up on the demand for a state commission of inquiry to investigate and explain what happened on the day of the disaster and what has happened since. We have returned to the kibbutz and still don't know what caused the disaster of October 7th or how to prevent the next one. In the grief and pain I live with, I am not seeking revenge. I am seeking hope for my family, for the people around me, and for Israeli society." Unquote. Meanwhile, families of hostages and victims said Israel's leaders had still not accepted responsibility for the failures surrounding October 7th. Elad Or said, and I quote, "It's such a huge lie. It's part of the campaign the government decided to wage against us after it realized the public does care about the hostages and its citizens, and that the public is with us. For political reasons, the government launched a campaign against us, at our expense, trying to smear us, as if the disaster we've endured wasn't enough. The statements by these despicable people like Smotrich are just a continuation of that campaign. It's infuriating, but it's not surprising. We've been hearing them spread these lies for more than 2 years. The only thing we can do on this day is tell the public the truth, what happened, and the scale of the disaster, the failure, and the abandonment for which they have never taken responsibility." Relatives of hostages rejected government claims that officials deserved credit for their return, saying the leadership had failed them from the beginning. From Lebanese soil, Netanyahu appears to confirm he wants a Gaza-style security model extended into Lebanon. Netanyahu says Israeli forces will stay in southern Lebanon as long as Hezbollah remains armed and a threat. Netanyahu is vowing the IDF will stay put, putting added strain on the US-backed ceasefire framework. Netanyahu appears to be in damage control mode after Iran and Hezbollah claimed Israel had been outmaneuvered in the wider conflict.
First of all, we spoke, and I, along with the Minister of Defense, the Deputy Chief of Staff, the head of the command, and your commanders with whom I spoke, the battalion and brigade commanders, I salute you. You did a massive job here, and essentially what we did was take the Iranian axis and start crushing it. We attacked Iran itself, something no one believed, and we did not hold back. An existential threat. The most important link in the Iranian axis was Hezbollah right here. They had 150,000 missiles and rockets, which was the densest concentration of missiles and rockets on Earth. Today, they have about 8% left. It is still significant, but it is no longer what it was. In your activity, we eliminated some 9,000 terrorists, hundreds of terrorists in recent weeks. And of course, the main thing we did, and this is what you're doing here, is to create buffer zones, security zones, not on our side of the border, but on their side. So we're doing this in Lebanon. We did it in Gaza. These security zones are a change of concept. It means we do not allow an army of terrorists to sit on our border, and we push them back. That is what you are doing, and destroying everything above ground and underground that served them, because essentially every means of attack against them, infiltration, attack, terror tunnels, the terror village, all of that is gone. This is an instruction not to leave anything behind, and you are doing it. I think the most important thing for you to know is, first of all, that our directive, mine, the defense ministers, the chief of staffs, and the deputy chief of staffs is first and foremost to protect yourselves. Yes, you see, you identify a threat to your security, to your lives, to your soldiers' act. do not wait to act. This is an ironclad directive, but because we achieved this thanks to your operation here. Lebanon recognizes Israel. Israel recognizes Lebanon, and both Iran and Hezbollah are being told, get out of here. You have no business here. Are there two sovereign countries that want to make peace between them? We truly want to restore a reality of security and prosperity for the residents of the North, and also for the residents of Lebanon. You need to leave. This is a slap in the face, a punch in the face of the Iranian axis, and it won't necessarily pass quietly. We are very proud of what we achieved thanks to your courageous action, and also the decisions we made and our insistence that we do not leave southern Lebanon until the threat is neutralized. And as long as an armed Hezbollah is here threatening us, we are staying here.
Stunning revelations have emerged showing why it took Israel nearly 2 years to locate and target a key Hezbollah site. On June 28, Israeli forces launched a strike on what they described as an underground Hezbollah drone fortress. The Israel Defense Forces released a video on June 28 highlighting the scale and execution of Operation Final Word. However, a Ynet news report revealed the extensive planning and intelligence work that preceded the operation. For nearly 2 years, the IDF reportedly monitored and assessed every movement around the Hezbollah facility in southern Lebanon. During the early stages of Israeli surveillance, the compound was reportedly inactive and appeared to be completely deserted. Located close to Israel's northern border, Hezbollah allegedly received Iranian assistance to gradually build up the weapons complex. According to the IDF, the Majd al-Zaun facility slowly evolved into a critical strategic asset for the Iran-backed group. Israeli military commanders reportedly ignored recommendations to strike the site that had first been made as early as 2024. It was the IDF's 36th Division that reportedly pushed for military action against the Hezbollah compound. Israeli forces were reportedly stunned by the sheer scale and sophistication of Hezbollah's underground tunnel network. The underground complex reportedly stretched for more than 200 meters and featured passageways wide enough for military vehicles. According to reports, the Hezbollah facility was also used as a launch site for long-range drone attacks against Israel. Israeli forces allegedly discovered dozens of Iranian-made drones, command centers and ammunition stockpiles inside the underground base. Israel further claimed that Hezbollah used the complex to store, operate and coordinate drones deployed in attacks. Iranian-made drones recovered from the site are now reportedly in Israeli custody and may undergo reverse engineering. The IDF also claimed that more than 20 Hezbollah operatives were killed during Operation Final Word. However, the delayed discovery of the massive Hezbollah tunnel complex has raised fresh questions about Israel's intelligence capabilities.